Imagine this. You're caught in traffic, someone cuts you off, or a coworker snaps at you out of nowhere. What's your first instinct? If you're like most people, it's easy to react with anger, frustration, or stress. But what if you could train your mind to respond thoughtfully instead of just reacting on impulse? Welcome to Stoic Wisdom GB, where we uncover ancient Stoic teachings that help you master your emotions and live with more control and purpose. Today, we're diving into the art of training your mind to respond, not react, unlocking the secret to a calmer, more resilient life. The Stoics knew that while we can't control what happens to us, we can control how we respond. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, often reminded himself, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." In today's video, we're exploring Stoic practices that will help you pause, reflect, and respond with wisdom, turning every challenge into an opportunity to show your best self. Have you ever said something in the heat of the moment that you later regretted? What if you could break that cycle and choose your response with clarity and calm? Stick with us, because today we're revealing Stoic techniques that will help you train your mind to respond thoughtfully, transforming your everyday interactions and decisions. Before we get started, don't forget to like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and subscribe to our channel, Stoic Wisdom GB. Your support helps us bring you powerful Stoic insights that equip you to handle life's ups and downs with grace and strength. Let's jump in and start mastering the Stoic art of responding, not reacting. One effective practice is the Stoic pause. Before reacting to a provocation or setback, take a moment to pause and breathe. This simple act creates a space for you to reflect on the situation and decide the best course of action based on reason rather than impulse. Remember, it's not the external events that disturb us, but our interpretation of them. By pausing, you give yourself the opportunity to interpret wisely. Are you aware of how your environment influences your ability to respond? The Stoics teach us to be mindful of our surroundings and the company we keep. Epictetus warned, "Other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others." To practice this, regularly assess your environment and relationships. Ensure that they support your ability to practice Stoic virtues and respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. How will mastering the art of response change your life? Imagine living a life where you are not at the mercy of your immediate emotions, but instead can navigate through challenges with grace and wisdom. This transformation requires consistent practice and dedication to Stoic principles, including the cultivation of self-awareness, rationality, and virtue. As you embrace these practices, you'll notice a significant shift in how you experience and interact with the world, leading to a more fulfilling and purposeful life. Lesson 2. Cultivating mindfulness in daily life. How can mindfulness help you train your mind to respond rather than react? Mindfulness, a practice deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, is essential for anyone seeking to live a more intentional and responsive life. The Stoics understood that by cultivating awareness of the present moment, we gain the ability to manage our thoughts and emotions more effectively. This practice allows us to observe our reactions without immediate engagement, providing the space needed to choose a thoughtful response. By training ourselves to be present and aware, we are less likely to be swept away by our emotions and more likely to act in accordance with our true values. Mindfulness helps us realize the space between stimulus and response, where our freedom and power to choose our actions lie. Marcus Aurelius once noted, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Therefore, by guarding our thoughts through mindfulness, we protect our inner peace and increase our capacity to live virtuously. What steps can you take to integrate mindfulness into your routine? Integrating mindfulness into daily life begins with simple, yet profound practices such as focused breathing or mindful walking. These practices should not be seen as additional tasks on your to-do list, but as opportunities to return to the present moment amid the busyness of daily life. You might start by dedicating a few minutes each morning to sit quietly and observe your breath, noticing the sensations of inhaling and exhaling. Throughout the day, take short breaks to realign with your present environment, perhaps noticing the details of your surroundings or the physical sensations in your body. These moments of pause not only reduce stress, but also enhance your ability to respond to events with clarity and intention. As Seneca advised, true happiness is to enjoy the present without anxious dependence upon the future. By focusing on the now, you can cultivate a life of contentment and responsiveness. Why is regular practice of mindfulness critical for developing a responsive mindset? Regular practice of mindfulness fortifies the mind against the tendencies to react impulsively. Like a muscle that strengthens with exercise, the mind's ability to remain present and calm becomes more robust with consistent mindfulness practice. This consistent effort helps to develop a buffer against the automatic reactions that often lead to conflict and regret. As you become more adept at observing your thoughts and emotions without judgment, you gain greater control over them. This control is crucial when faced with decisions that require a clear, rational mind. Moreover, the Stoics believed that such self-mastery was not only beneficial for individual tranquility, but also essential for living a life of virtue. Epictetus stated, "Freedom is the only worthy goal in life. It is won by disregarding things that lie beyond our control." What are the long-term benefits of mindfulness for Stoic practice? Over time, the benefits of mindfulness extend beyond individual moments of calm and influence your overall approach to life. As you develop the habit of responding thoughtfully, you'll find that fewer things disturb your peace. This stability allows you to make decisions that are more aligned with your principles and less influenced by fleeting emotions. Furthermore, mindfulness nurtures resilience, enabling you to face life's inevitable challenges with courage and poise. The Stoics viewed adversities as opportunities to practice virtues such as fortitude and temperance. By maintaining a mindful approach, you turn every challenge into a chance to strengthen these virtues, progressively building a life that reflects Stoic ideals. How does mindfulness affect your interactions with others? Mindfulness also deeply enriches your interactions with others. By being fully present in conversations, you listen more attentively and respond more thoughtfully. This presence can transform relationships, fostering deeper connections and mutual respect. It helps you perceive and appreciate the perspectives of others without immediate judgment, a practice that the Stoics considered essential for social harmony and personal growth. Seneca taught that every person you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about, underscoring the importance of empathy and understanding. Through mindful interactions, you contribute to a more compassionate world, while embodying the Stoic ideal of kindness and justice in your daily life. Can mindfulness help you cope with intense emotions? Absolutely. Mindfulness is particularly effective in managing intense emotions, such as anger, frustration, or sadness. By recognizing and acknowledging these emotions without acting on them impulsively, you create the opportunity to respond in ways that are constructive, rather than destructive. This practice is aligned with the Stoic teaching that it is not events themselves that disturb us, but our reactions to them. By choosing your responses, you align your actions with your values, regardless of the intensity of your emotions. This alignment not only leads to better outcomes in challenging situations, but also to personal peace and satisfaction. What role does mindfulness play in the Stoic concept of living according to nature? Living according to nature, a central tenet of Stoicism, involves aligning your actions with the rational and orderly nature of the universe. Mindfulness strengthens your ability to perceive this natural order and act in harmony with it. It helps you recognize the part you play in a larger scheme and encourages you to make choices that promote balance and well-being, not only for yourself, but also for the community and the world at large. The Stoics believed that each individual's actions contribute to the cosmic order. Through mindfulness, you become more attuned to this interconnectedness and more committed to actions that uphold the common good. In what practical ways can you test the effectiveness of mindfulness this coming week? Try applying mindfulness to a specific challenge or routine activity in the coming week. For instance, if you find yourself in a stressful meeting or facing a difficult decision, use mindfulness to ground yourself in the present moment. Take a few deep breaths, observe your thoughts and feelings, and then choose a response that reflects rationality and virtue. Afterward, reflect on the experience. Did mindfulness help you respond more effectively? Did you feel more in control of your emotions? Such reflections not only reinforce the practice of mindfulness, but also deepen your understanding and appreciation of its value in living a Stoic life. Through these ongoing practices, you can turn the Stoic ideal of responding thoughtfully into a tangible reality in your life. Lesson 3: The Art of Perception and the Stoic Response. How does your perception of events shape your ability to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively? Perception plays a crucial role in Stoic philosophy. It's the lens through which we view the world and interpret our experiences. The Stoics teach that by changing our perceptions, we gain control over our responses. Marcus Aurelius famously said, "Our life is what our thoughts make it." This means that by adjusting our thoughts and perceptions, we can transform challenges into opportunities for growth. When we perceive a situation as a chance to practice virtues such as patience or resilience, we are more likely to respond in a way that aligns with these values. Conversely, if we view the same situation as a threat or an injustice, we may react with anger or defensiveness. Thus, training our mind to interpret experiences through a Stoic lens is essential for developing the ability to respond, not react. What steps can you take to cultivate a Stoic perception in everyday life? To cultivate a Stoic perception, begin by observing your initial reactions to various situations. Notice when you feel triggered and examine the underlying beliefs or assumptions that may be influencing your reactions. Challenge these perceptions by asking yourself whether they are rational and aligned with Stoic principles. For example, if you find yourself upset by someone's comment, consider the Stoic idea that it's not the comment itself, but your judgment about it that causes distress. Practice reframing your perceptions to focus on accepting events as they occur and finding constructive ways to deal with them. Over time, this practice will enhance your ability to remain calm and respond with reason, even in challenging circumstances. Why is it important to practice reframing your thoughts according to Stoic philosophy? Reframing your thoughts is a powerful tool in Stoic practice because it directly influences your emotional responses. The Stoics believed that emotions stem from our judgments about our experiences, not from the experiences themselves. By reframing our thoughts, we can alter our emotional reactions and choose more virtuous and constructive responses. This ability to reframe is not about denying your feelings, but rather about understanding them in a broader context that aligns with your values. It empowers you to maintain your equanimity and act with integrity, no matter the circumstances. This skill is particularly valuable in today's fast-paced, often stressful environments, where reflexive reactions can escalate conflicts and lead to regret. How can you apply the Stoic practice of reframing in difficult interactions? In difficult interactions, the practice of reframing can be your greatest ally. Start by pausing when you feel agitated or defensive. Use this pause to reflect on the Stoic concept that you can choose your response. Ask yourself how a Stoic would view the situation. Perhaps what seems like a personal attack could be reframed as a misunderstanding or a reflection of the other person's internal struggles. This perspective not only reduces the emotional charge but also opens up space for a compassionate and thoughtful response. By consistently applying this technique, you'll find that your interactions become less about winning or losing and more about understanding and resolving. What are the benefits of maintaining a Stoic perception in long-term relationships? Maintaining a Stoic perception in long-term relationships can transform the dynamics of these relationships. By choosing to view conflicts as opportunities to practice virtues such as patience and empathy, you contribute to a more loving and supportive environment. This approach encourages open communication and mutual respect, as it focuses on understanding rather than judging. Additionally, it helps prevent the buildup of resentment by addressing issues from a place of calm and reason. Over time, these practices can deepen the trust and connection between partners, as each individual feels respected and valued for their efforts to maintain harmony and understanding. Can altering your perception help you cope with unexpected life changes? Absolutely. Stoicism teaches that it's not the events themselves but our opinions about them that cause distress. By altering your perception, you can embrace unexpected life changes as part of the natural ebb and flow of existence, rather than as disruptions to be resisted. This acceptance allows you to respond to changes with flexibility and creativity, looking for ways to adapt and grow. Such a mindset is invaluable in today's ever-changing world, where stability is the exception rather than the norm. Embracing change from a Stoic perspective can reduce anxiety and foster a resilient, proactive approach to life's inevitable shifts. How does the Stoic practice of perception influence personal and professional growth? The Stoic practice of perception encourages continuous personal and professional growth by fostering a mindset oriented towards learning and improvement. When you view challenges in your personal life or career as opportunities to develop your virtues and skills, you are more likely to engage with them constructively. This proactive engagement promotes resilience, a key component of personal growth, and increases your effectiveness and leadership in professional settings. By consistently applying Stoic principles, you not only improve your own life, but also inspire those around you to adopt a more thoughtful and intentional approach to their challenges. In what practical ways can you test the effectiveness of changing your perception this coming week? Try applying the Stoic method of changing your perception to a specific challenge you expect to face this week. Whether it's a difficult meeting at work, a personal relationship issue, or an unexpected setback, approach it with the intention to see it as an opportunity for growth. Keep a journal of your experiences, noting how changing your perception affected your emotional state and the outcomes of the situations. Reflect on these notes at the end of the week to assess how this practice influenced your ability to respond rather than react. This reflection will help you gauge the effectiveness of Stoic perception in real-life scenarios and motivate you to integrate these practices more deeply into your daily life. Lesson 4. The role of virtue in cultivating a responsive mindset. How does the pursuit of virtue aid in training the mind to respond rather than react? The Stoics believed that the pursuit of virtue is the essence of a meaningful life. Virtue, comprising wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance, serves as the guiding principle for our responses to the world. When faced with a situation that might typically elicit a knee-jerk reaction, a mind trained in Stoic virtue asks, "What is the wise or just response here?" This shift towards virtue encourages us to pause, reflect, and choose responses that align with these higher principles. By consistently aligning our actions with Stoic virtues, we train ourselves to move beyond immediate emotional impulses, thus fostering a life of calm rationality and purpose. Such a practice not only improves individual well-being, but also enhances our interactions with others, promoting a more thoughtful and compassionate society. Engaging with the world through the lens of virtue enables us to handle even the most challenging situations with grace and efficacy. What steps can you take to integrate Stoic virtues into your daily decision-making processes? Integrating Stoic virtues into daily decisions begins with self-awareness. Recognize the moments when you are about to react impulsively and consider what Stoic virtues might advise in that instance. Make it a habit to ask yourself questions like, does this action reflect wisdom? Is it just? Am I demonstrating courage or giving in to fear? Such questions can help recalibrate your decisions toward virtue. Over time, this practice will become a natural part of your thought process, increasingly leading you to responses that are not only rational, but also ethically sound. Additionally, keeping a daily journal where you reflect on how well your actions aligned with Stoic virtues can be immensely helpful. This reflective practice can deepen your understanding of how virtues play out in everyday life and help you commit to them more fully. Why is wisdom particularly important in training the mind to respond, not react? Wisdom, the foremost Stoic virtue, is crucial because it involves the practical application of knowledge and experience. It enables us to see the bigger picture and anticipate the long-term consequences of our actions. When we respond with wisdom, we consider not just our immediate emotions or desires, but the well-being of others and our future self. Wisdom also teaches us to recognize what is within our control and what is not, thereby reducing frustration and impulsive reactions to uncontrollable events. Moreover, wisdom involves the careful discernment of our emotions. helping us decide which are based on reason and which are not. This discernment is essential in choosing responses that contribute to true happiness and fulfillment. How does courage affect our ability to respond thoughtfully in difficult situations? Courage in Stoicism does not just refer to physical bravery, but also to moral courage, the ability to stand up for what is right, even when it is difficult. This virtue is key in training the mind to respond, not react, as it empowers us to face uncomfortable truths and handle conflicts constructively. Courage allows us to hold our ground calmly in the face of criticism or adversity, enabling thoughtful responses even under pressure. It also supports the willingness to admit our mistakes and correct them, a fundamental aspect of responding wisely rather than reacting defensively. By cultivating courage, we ensure that fear or discomfort does not drive our decisions, but rather a clear, principled commitment to acting virtuously. In what ways does justice shape our responses to others? Justice, in Stoic terms, involves treating others with fairness and kindness, recognizing our interconnectedness with those around us. It influences our ability to respond by guiding us to consider not only our own good, but also the common good. When we react, we often focus narrowly on our personal feelings or desires. When we respond with justice, we take into account the impact of our actions on others. This broader perspective helps mitigate selfish or harmful impulses, steering us toward actions that promote harmony and understanding. Justice also helps us to appreciate the diversity of human perspectives, fostering responses that are inclusive and empathetic. What role does temperance play in controlling our reactive impulses? Temperance, or self-control, directly counters the tendency to react without thinking. It helps us regulate our desires and emotions, ensuring that our actions are governed by reason rather than excess or deficit. Temperance in our responses means not only moderating anger or frustration, but also balancing our enthusiasm and optimism with practicality. This balance prevents extreme reactions and promotes a steady, moderate approach to life's ups and downs. Furthermore, temperance allows us to enjoy life's pleasures in a healthy way, avoiding the kind of overindulgence that can lead to regrettable reactions. Can virtue be developed through interactions with others, and if so, how? Yes, virtue can and often must be developed through our interactions with others. Relationships provide a mirror reflecting our virtues and flaws, giving us a chance to practice patience, empathy, and fairness. By approaching conflicts and challenges as opportunities to practice Stoic virtues, we enhance our ability to respond constructively. Engaging actively in community service or teamwork can also be particularly effective in cultivating virtues. These activities require us to put Stoic principles into action, promoting a deeper integration of these virtues into our character and daily habits. What practical exercise can you start this week to strengthen your virtuous response capabilities? This week, focus on one Stoic virtue each day. Whether it's wisdom, courage, justice, or temperance, reflect each morning on how you might specifically apply that virtue throughout the day. At the day's end, review situations that called for a response and assess how well you aligned with the chosen virtue. This exercise not only enhances self-awareness, but also provides practical experience in applying Stoic virtues. By doing so, you'll begin to see how these virtues can transform reactive impulses into thoughtful responses, gradually shaping a more virtuous and fulfilling life. Lesson 5. Harnessing self-awareness to master your responses. Why is self-awareness critical in training your mind to respond instead of react? Self-awareness is a cornerstone of Stoic philosophy and a critical tool in learning to respond, rather than react to the events in your life. It involves a deep understanding of your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, and how they are influenced by external events. When you develop self-awareness, you gain the ability to observe your natural inclinations and impulses without immediately acting on them. This pause is where the power to choose a reasoned response over a knee-jerk reaction lies. Furthermore, self-awareness allows you to understand the root causes of your reactions, whether they be stress, insecurity, or past experiences. By identifying these triggers, you can work on addressing them directly, rather than letting them control your actions. This level of introspection is what enables you to align your responses with your values and the virtues you aspire to embody, such as wisdom and temperance. How can you cultivate self-awareness in your daily routine? Cultivating self-awareness can start with simple daily practices such as journaling and meditation. Journaling helps you articulate your thoughts and reflect on your day, providing insights into your behavioral patterns and emotional reactions. Meditation, particularly mindfulness meditation, teaches you to observe your thoughts and feelings without judgment, creating a gap between experience and response where choice resides. You might also engage in regular self-reflection at the end of each day, asking yourself questions like, what did I handle well today, and what could I have improved? Incorporating these practices into your routine not only fosters a greater understanding of yourself, but also trains you to be present and engaged, reducing impulsivity. What are the benefits of increased self-awareness for emotional regulation? Increased self-awareness significantly enhances your ability to regulate your emotions. By understanding your emotional triggers and the typical patterns of your reactions, you can start to manage your emotions more effectively. This management is not about suppression, but about recognizing emotions as they arise and choosing how to express them appropriately. Emotional regulation is essential in stressful or unexpected situations where your initial impulse might be to react defensively or aggressively. With self-awareness, you can choose to respond in a way that is measured and consistent with your Stoic values, such as maintaining calmness and rationality even in the face of provocation. How does self-awareness impact your relationships with others? Self-awareness directly impacts your interactions and relationships by improving your empathy and understanding of others. When you are aware of your own emotions and triggers, you become better equipped to recognize and understand those of others. This understanding can lead to more compassionate and considerate responses, strengthening your relationships. Additionally, self-awareness allows you to communicate more effectively, as you are clearer about your own feelings and can express them in a way that is respectful and considerate. This level of communication fosters deeper connections and minimizes misunderstandings and conflicts, as you are more likely to respond thoughtfully rather than react impulsively. Can self-awareness help you achieve your personal and professional goals? Absolutely. Self-awareness is key to personal and professional development. In the workplace, being aware of your strengths and weaknesses allows you to leverage your skills effectively and identify areas for improvement. This awareness can guide your career decisions and enhance your performance. In your personal life, understanding your values and aligning your actions with these can lead to greater fulfillment and happiness. Furthermore, self-awareness helps you adapt to changing circumstances and face challenges with resilience, qualities that are essential for achieving long-term goals. By responding thoughtfully to setbacks rather than reacting negatively, you maintain your focus and continue to progress towards your aspirations. What role does self-awareness play in lifelong learning and adaptability? Self-awareness is crucial for lifelong learning and adaptability because it fosters an open and curious mindset. When you are aware of your cognitive and emotional biases, you can challenge them and remain open to new ideas and perspectives. This openness is essential in a world that is constantly changing and requires continuous adaptation. Additionally, self-awareness encourages a reflective practice where you regularly assess your knowledge, skills, and attitudes, adjusting them as needed to better meet the demands of your environment. This reflective practice not only helps you stay relevant in your professional field, but also enriches your personal life by promoting growth and depth of character. How can practicing self-awareness improve your decision-making process? Practicing self-awareness refines your decision-making process by allowing you to make choices based on a clear understanding of your internal state and external realities. With a heightened awareness, you can evaluate situations more objectively and anticipate the potential outcomes of different responses. This capability enables you to choose actions that are more likely to lead to positive results and align with your overarching goals and values. Additionally, self-awareness reduces impulsivity, ensuring that your decisions are thoughtful and deliberate rather than rash. This thoughtful approach to decision-making is essential in navigating complex or high-pressure situations where the stakes are high. In what practical ways can you test the effectiveness of self-awareness in managing daily challenges? To practically test the effectiveness of self-awareness, try applying it to a specific challenge you face regularly. Begin by observing your typical reactions to this challenge and note any patterns. Next, actively employ self-awareness techniques, such as pausing to reflect on your feelings and motivations before responding. Over the course of a week or month, keep a record of how this practice affects your experiences and outcomes. Are you able to respond more calmly and rationally? Do you feel better about the choices you make? This ongoing evaluation will not only demonstrate the power of self-awareness in improving your daily life, but also motivate you to deepen your practice. Lesson 6. Developing resilience through Stoic acceptance. How does Stoic acceptance contribute to your ability to respond rather than react? Stoic acceptance is a key concept in developing the ability to respond thoughtfully to life's challenges rather than reacting impulsively. This acceptance involves recognizing and embracing the reality of each situation without undue emotional disturbance. By accepting what cannot be changed, you conserve your emotional and mental energy for areas where you can make a real impact. This approach reduces frustration and despair when faced with the inevitable or the uncontrollable. Stoics view acceptance not as resignation, but as a proactive stance of understanding and adapting to the facts of life. With such acceptance, you can respond to any situation with a clear mind and a focus on constructive action. What practical steps can you take to cultivate Stoic acceptance in your daily life? To cultivate Stoic acceptance, start by distinguishing between what is within your control and what is not. Focus your efforts on your own actions and attitudes rather than external outcomes. When you encounter obstacles, remind yourself that the occurrence of events is often outside your control, but your reaction to them is not. Practice mindfulness to stay present and reduce worry about future uncertainties or past regrets. Regularly reflecting on the impermanence of circumstances can also foster acceptance. By adopting these practices, you can build a strong foundation of Stoic acceptance, enhancing your resilience and ability to respond to life thoughtfully. Why is resilience important in training your mind to respond, not react? Resilience is crucial because it underpins your ability to recover from setbacks and challenges without resorting to knee-jerk reactions. It enables you to maintain stability and composure in the face of adversity, allowing for responses that are considered and align with your long-term values and objectives. Resilient individuals are less likely to be overwhelmed by emotional distress, making it easier to apply Stoic principles in everyday life. This stability is not about suppressing emotions, but managing them effectively to ensure they do not cloud your judgment or control your actions. Developing resilience through Stoic acceptance allows you to face life's challenges with courage and wisdom, consistently choosing thoughtful responses over reactive ones. How does Stoic acceptance enhance your interactions with others? Stoic acceptance can profoundly improve your relationships and interactions with others. By accepting people as they are, without trying to change them, you reduce conflict and build stronger, more understanding relationships. This acceptance helps you approach interactions with a calm demeanor and respond to others with empathy rather than frustration or judgment. It teaches you to appreciate the diversity of human behavior and to respond to disagreements with respect and rationality. Additionally, demonstrating acceptance and understanding in relationships encourages others to reciprocate, leading to more harmonious and supportive interactions. This mutual respect and understanding make it much easier to navigate the complexities of personal and professional relationships. In what ways can you test the effectiveness of Stoic acceptance in your personal growth journey? To test the effectiveness of Stoic acceptance in your personal growth, challenge yourself to apply it during difficult situations. Note instances where your first impulse is to resist or deny reality, and consciously decide to accept the situation instead. Reflect on how this acceptance affects your emotional state and your ability to make rational decisions. Keep a journal to track these experiences and your responses to them over time. Assess whether Stoic acceptance helps you feel more at peace and empowered to act effectively. This ongoing practice not only reinforces the benefits of Stoic principles, but also highlights areas for further development in your journey towards becoming more responsive and less reactive. Lesson 7. Cultivating emotional intelligence to respond, not react. Why is emotional intelligence crucial in learning to respond rather than react? Emotional intelligence is crucial for effectively managing your reactions and fostering the ability to respond with thoughtfulness. Emotional intelligence involves understanding and managing your own emotions, as well as recognizing and influencing the emotions of others. By developing a high level of emotional intelligence, you can identify your emotional triggers and anticipate how you might impulsively react to certain situations. This awareness gives you the crucial seconds needed to choose a more considered response that aligns with your values and objectives. Additionally, emotional intelligence allows you to communicate more effectively, facilitating better outcomes in both personal and professional interactions. It encourages a calm and collected demeanor, essential for navigating stressful or challenging scenarios. How can you develop and enhance your emotional intelligence to better manage responses? Developing your emotional intelligence starts with self-reflection and mindfulness. Practicing mindfulness can help you become more aware of your emotional state at any given moment, enabling you to better control your reactions. Regularly engaging in exercises that prompt you to reflect on past interactions and identify what emotions were at play can also be beneficial. This practice helps you understand patterns in your emotional responses and identify areas for improvement. Training in empathy, by trying to see situations from others' perspectives, can further enhance your emotional intelligence, making it easier to respond in ways that are sensitive to others' feelings and needs. Over time, these practices not only improve your interactions, but also build a more responsive and less reactive mindset. What are the benefits of a high emotional intelligence in stressful situations? A high level of emotional intelligence can transform how you handle stressful situations. With better emotional intelligence, you can maintain clarity of thought even under pressure, allowing for responses that are reasoned and measured rather than hurried and emotional. This ability is particularly important in conflict resolution, where understanding multiple emotional viewpoints and responding appropriately can de-escalate potential confrontations. Additionally, emotional intelligence helps you to remain composed, which can inspire confidence and calm in those around you, thereby improving the overall atmosphere and outcome. It also allows for greater resilience as you're better equipped to bounce back from setbacks and challenges with a balanced perspective. How can practicing emotional intelligence improve long-term relationships and professional growth? In long-term relationships and professional environments, practicing emotional intelligence can lead to more harmonious interactions and enduring partnerships. By responding thoughtfully to others' emotions, you foster trust and respect, which are fundamental for strong relationships. In professional settings, this trust can translate into better teamwork and leadership opportunities, as colleagues value your ability to handle emotional complexities competently. Additionally, emotional intelligence supports ongoing personal and professional development by encouraging a reflective approach to interactions and experiences. It enables you to learn from each situation, contributing to continuous growth and improvement. Overall, enhancing your emotional intelligence can lead to a more fulfilling and successful life by helping you manage interpersonal dynamics effectively. Lesson 8. The role of consistent practice in mastering responses. Why is consistent practice vital in training your mind to respond, not react? Consistent practice is essential for mastering the ability to respond thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. Just like any skill, the capacity to control your reactions and choose your responses requires regular exercise and reinforcement. Through repetition, your brain begins to default to the behaviors you practice most frequently, making thoughtful responses more automatic over time. This ongoing practice also helps deepen your understanding of the principles behind your actions, such as the Stoic ideals of rationality and emotional control. By committing to daily practice, whether through meditation, reflective journaling, or conscious interaction, you gradually transform your instinctive reactions into considered responses. How can daily mindfulness exercises enhance your response training? Incorporating daily mindfulness exercises can significantly enhance your ability to respond rather than react. Mindfulness teaches you to observe your thoughts and feelings without immediate judgment, creating a space between stimulus and response where choice can occur. These exercises can range from focused breathing sessions to mindful walking or eating, each helping to anchor you in the present moment. Regular mindfulness not only calms the mind but also sharpens your awareness, making you more attuned to your habitual reactions and the moments where a conscious response is possible. Over time, these practices build a foundation of calmness and control that permeates all areas of life. What role does reflection play in improving your response mechanisms? Reflection is a powerful tool for improving your ability to respond thoughtfully. By regularly reviewing your actions and reactions, you can identify patterns that may need adjustment or reinforcement. Reflective practices such as writing down challenging incidents and examining your responses help you to understand the effectiveness of your approaches and consider alternative strategies. This introspection not only enhances self-awareness but also promotes personal growth by highlighting areas where you can apply Stoic principles more effectively. Ultimately, reflection deepens your commitment to responding with intention, aligning your actions more closely with your values. How can setting specific goals for your response training help achieve better results? Setting specific goals for your response training can focus your efforts and measure your progress. These goals could be as simple as responding calmly in a specific situation that usually triggers you, or as broad as improving your overall emotional regulation within a month. By having clear objectives, you can direct your practice more effectively, track improvements, and stay motivated. Goals also provide a benchmark against which to assess the impact of your strategies and make necessary adjustments. This targeted approach ensures that your practice of Stoic responses is not only consistent, but also continually evolving towards greater mastery. Lesson 9. The importance of cultivating patience in response training. Why is patience fundamental in learning to respond rather than react? Patience is a critical virtue in the practice of training your mind to respond instead of react. It allows you to take a moment to pause and consider all aspects of a situation before making a decision. This pause is essential in preventing knee-jerk reactions, which are often emotional and not in line with one's long-term goals or values. By cultivating patience, you develop the ability to endure discomfort or delay without acting out of frustration or anger. Over time, this ability strengthens your overall emotional resilience, enabling you to handle life's challenges with more grace and less stress. How can you actively cultivate patience in your daily life? Actively cultivating patience involves incorporating practices into your daily routine that challenge your propensity to rush or react impulsively. One effective method is to engage in activities that inherently require patience, such as gardening, cooking, or even puzzles. These activities train you to enjoy the process and understand that some things cannot be hurried. Additionally, mindfulness meditation can be particularly effective, as it teaches you to sit with your thoughts and emotions without needing to immediately act upon them. Regularly exposing yourself to situations where patience is required can recalibrate your natural responses, making patience a more integral part of your character. What are the benefits of being patient in interpersonal relationships? In interpersonal relationships, patience can transform how you interact with others, leading to deeper and more meaningful connections. It allows you to listen more carefully and respond more thoughtfully, rather than jumping to conclusions or interrupting. Patience also helps in managing conflicts more effectively, as it gives you the time to understand the other person's perspective and respond with empathy rather than defensiveness. This virtue makes you a more supportive friend or partner, as people feel more valued and understood in your presence. Overall, patience can significantly reduce the stress and tension often found in relationships, fostering a more harmonious environment. How does patience influence long-term personal and professional growth? Patience is also vital for long-term personal and professional growth. It teaches you to persevere in the face of setbacks and delays, maintaining focus on your goals even when progress seems slow. In professional settings, this can translate to better decision-making and leadership, as you are less likely to make hasty decisions that could have negative repercussions. Personally, patience allows you to develop skills and virtues at a deeper level, as you are not rushing through learning processes. Ultimately, Cultivating patience leads to a more fulfilling and successful life, as you learn to approach both challenges and opportunities with a steady, composed mindset. Lesson 10. Consolidating practices for mastery and response. How does bringing together various practices enable mastery and responding rather than reacting? Integrating multiple disciplines and practices from Stoic philosophy forms a cohesive strategy to master the skill of responding thoughtfully instead of reacting impulsively. By practicing mindfulness, patience, emotional intelligence, and Stoic acceptance concurrently, you develop a multifaceted approach that prepares you to face any situation with composure and wisdom. This holistic application allows you to draw on the most relevant tool depending on the circumstance, ensuring that your responses are always measured and appropriate. Additionally, consistently applying these varied practices strengthens your mental resilience and flexibility, making it easier to adapt to new challenges as they arise. Over time, these integrated habits transform not just your reactions, but also your overall approach to life, embedding deep-seated tranquility and proactive engagement. What specific daily exercises can reinforce your ability to respond thoughtfully? Daily exercises that reinforce your ability to respond thoughtfully include deliberate practice of mindfulness, reflective journaling, and scenario planning. Setting aside time each day for mindfulness meditation can help center your thoughts and calm your mind, preparing you to tackle challenges without undue stress. Reflective journaling at the end of the day provides an opportunity to review your responses to various situations, allowing you to analyze and improve upon them. Practicing scenario planning, envisioning different challenging situations and planning your responses, can also prepare you to handle real-life challenges more effectively. These exercises build mental muscle memory, gradually shifting your default from reacting to responding. Why is it important to regularly review and adjust your response strategies? Regularly reviewing and adjusting your response strategies is crucial to ensure they remain effective and relevant to your current life circumstances. As you evolve and grow, so too do your challenges and needs. What worked well at one point may need tweaking as situations change. This periodic reassessment helps you stay aligned with your core values while adapting to new personal and professional dynamics. It also prevents complacency by encouraging ongoing personal development and learning. Ultimately, this continuous improvement cycle ensures that your ability to respond thoughtfully remains sharp and effective, even as your life becomes more complex. How can you sustain your commitment to responding thoughtfully over the long term? Sustaining your commitment to responding thoughtfully over the long term requires a combination of perseverance, support, and ongoing education. Establishing a supportive community, whether online or in person, can provide encouragement and accountability, helping you stay motivated even when progress seems slow. Participating in workshops or reading contemporary and classic Stoic texts can offer new insights and reinforce your understanding of key principles. Setting personal milestones and celebrating when you meet them can also maintain your enthusiasm and commitment. Thank you for watching and exploring how to train your mind to respond, not react. Remember, in a world that often pushes us to react on impulse, the real power lies in taking a moment to pause, breathe, and choose your response. This simple shift in mindset is what separates a reactive mind from a Stoic one. Stoics like Epictetus taught that it's not what happens to you, but how you respond that truly matters. By training your mind to respond with patience and wisdom, you reclaim your inner peace and take control of your life. It's not about ignoring your emotions, it's about mastering them. When you choose to respond instead of react, you're practicing one of the most powerful Stoic skills: true self-control. So next time you feel the urge to react, ask yourself, how can I respond instead? Can you turn that moment of frustration into a moment of calm? Let us know in the comments below. What's one situation where you plan to respond instead of react? Your insights might just inspire someone else on their Stoic journey. If you found value in today's video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who needs to hear this message, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Stoic Wisdom GB. Your support allows us to keep bringing you the timeless Stoic wisdom that helps you live with more control, calm, and clarity. Keep training your mind, stay calm in the face of challenges, and remember, responding is your superpower. Until next time, stay strong, stay stoic, and keep practicing the art of response over reaction. See you in the next video.